Hi, and welcome. I'm Danny Palacio, and I'm your host of a Waking Moment podcast. If this is the first time you're joining, I welcome you wholeheartedly. It's a fun community. It's an opportunity for you to discover your own truth as I share information, stories, wisdom, teachings that I've learned along the way of this wild journey of being human. So, I welcome you to this. And today we are continuing a series that I started last year on the chakra system. It's the 7 energy centers that we have within our energy body, within our own body, physical body. And so it's a wonderful way to explore different feelings, different colors, different moods that you might have. I feel like anything and everything can be tied back to a chakra. And 7 is the main that we in our society today are focusing on. But if you go out and you continue to read about chakras and learn about them, you'll recognize that there are hundreds. In my own practice and in my own awareness, I have discovered 144, and I think I've just scratched the surface of chakras all over, because I think energy centers, energy balls, energy can be in many, many places. And depending on what you're doing or what you're focusing on, that energy center becomes apparent. And so we're going to focus on the 7. Last season, I did an introduction of all 7 chakras, which I will link to in the summary notes. And we were able to get to 3 of the 7. And so we have 4 left in season 2. And they are the crown, the sacral, the throat, and the third eye. So, and by the way, it may confuse some of you because I did not do this in order. I did not start at the root chakra and work our way up to the crown chakra. I followed my intuition, my guidance about what information we all kind of need to know right here, right now. So we're going to dive in, and this episode is dedicated to the crown chakra, the chakra that is right at the top of your head, and then it's a big kind of round, I always think of them as round, big round energy center. The crown chakra is really a powerful chakra. All of them are, but this one in particular, the reason I think it's really powerful is that it is our connection. It is our connection to what it is that is. So no matter what faith you come from, what religion perspective you have, nationality or culture, there is typically and usually some kind of higher power. And that could be called God, that could be called the universe, great spirit, the creator of all, universal love, unconditional love, the source of all sources, and many other names. There's in all the other types of religions, I've heard everything from Abba, which means father, Allah, and even some that we may not all agree with, but someone has some group of people, which is what we do. We gather together in community and we come into our own unique congruence that allows us to say, hey, we're okay. We can stick together. We can journey together in this life. And we come up with a set of beliefs, a set of ideas, and that's really beautiful. Now, whether or not I agree with all of them or not is not the point, and it's not the point for you either. It is to know your own truth, to say, this is what I feel is in alignment with what I intuitively know, what I feel in my body. And the crown chakra helps us with that because, it connects us to that source, to God. And it also connects us to all of the cosmos. So all the galaxies, all the universes, all of the stars, all of the planets, beyond our own, and way, way far into space that we have at this moment in time don't know much about. So it connects us to all of that, into those spaces and dimensions that we're just starting to really start to understand that we're not alone and that there is something beyond us. And there's something really beautiful about that. When I think about the chakra system too, I think about my clients over the years when they have had a block in this chakra, in this energy center. They're not able to receive. They're not able to allow that divine grace, that divinity to come in and to support them. And when one of the 7 chakras is cut off, shut down, not open, it causes chaos. It creates stuckness, and the entire system is not as functional as it could be. So it is advantageous for us to be aware of the 7 chakras and to help get them open, to help get them connected, and to really allow that system to amplify all of its many, many benefits on the emotional, on the spiritual, on the physical, and beyond. I think it's one of those alchemical experiences where 1 + 1 does not equal 2. It somehow is this whole new understanding, and the chakra system kind of works that way. And when we're talking about the crown in particular, it is a high vibration. If you've noticed or you are aware, most of the chakras I talk about has a lotus, and they are represented by a different number of petals. Well, the crown chakra is the largest. It's 1,000 petals, and there's something really beautiful about that abundance. And the color is white. Otherwise, it can be a violet color, and white violet is kind of the mix there. And so when you think about these colors, they hold this purity, this honest, pure, beautiful energy that is so full of grace. And when you think about grace, you think about all kinds of different white animals. I do, at least. And when I studied animals pretty regularly, I came across the swan, and their spiritual essence meaning is grace. And when you watch a swan glide on the water, it is pure grace. So I think about that when I think about the crown chakra, even though the animal that I discovered was actually linked to the crown chakra is the eagle. And I think the eagle is so cool for us who live in America because it is our national bird, and it's the highest flying bird that we have in our ecosystem, right? In where we live. Much like Peru, their highest flying bird is the condor. And so for us to have crown chakra and eagle, it has this beautiful connotation of no matter where you are, no matter what you're feeling, no matter what is happening in your world, in your home, in your work world, in your community, in the United States of America, the crown chakra can help lift you up and out of despair, out of harm, out of fear, and bring you to a very high frequency that enables you to create a new perspective for yourself. And in that new perspective, may it be grounded in the knowingness that there is unconditional love. And that is why we are here. We are here to know and experience love. And the crown chakra connects us to this unseen, beautiful figure, energy that, again, you can put any name you want on it. God, goddess, there's so many. There's just so many. And if you follow angels or if you follow ascended masters, they too can be part of this crown chakra. So I'm going to take a quick look at my notes and see where I wanted to talk about next. Oh, so in my practice over the years, I've come up with this, I guess maybe, I don't know if it's a trend, but it's a consistency that is repeatable when I work with people and I work on their chakras. And when I come to the crown, if it's shut down, if it's disconnected, I usually start a conversation with that person. And what I have discovered is that they have an overwhelming feeling like they've been abandoned. Like it's not safe to connect to a higher power. And when I go back and I feel into their energy and I look into their Akashic record, their soul's record, they have this signature that says, I was pushed out of heaven. It's like God kicked me out, and I was cut off from the collective oneness that is the everything of everything. And deep separation and despair and depression start to come in when you feel that way. And I have to say personally, early on in my life, I felt that even though I knew I chose this life, I did feel like I wasn't as connected as I was when I was in pure energy. And it's probably part true, but that is not the thing to focus on in this life. It is the thing to reconcile with and heal so that you can be in the divine flow of all, of everything. You know, if you're wanting love, if you're wanting abundance, if you're wanting new wisdom, new spiritual gifts, if you're in the desire to create whatever, to create a healthy home, to create beautiful children, to create a new business, to create a medicine, to create a new way of discovering God within. All of that comes from this eternal flow, and having your crown chakra opened and connected enables you to receive the energy, the inspiration, the power, the intuitive knowingness, because it fuels all the other chakras in our body. So imagine a golden white light coming down and hitting the top of your head. And instead of bouncing off, it goes into the pineal gland, and then it goes through all of our glandular system and into our third eye, where we are connected to the unseen intuitive world that gives us visions and insight and knowingness that we can trust. And then it moves down, this golden white light continues to move down into the throat chakra, and it nurtures that beautiful expression of your truth, of your knowingness and of your heart, and it comes out our mouth. Amazing. That golden white light keeps coming down and down and down, and it hits the heart chakra, and the heart chakra opens up and expands, and love is pouring out from you. You emanate it, and you walk through life and people are like helpful. They are complimentary. They offer you opportunities that you never could have dreamed of. And then that light continues and it reaches your solar plexus right in your belly, right there, digesting all the human food and all the nourishment, but it also digests all that emotion, all that energy that you don't know what to do with and you're not sure how you feel about it, but it needs to be digested. And this crown chakra energy helps support that. Keeps moving down into the sacral chakra. And the sacral chakra is the creative expression, the place where birthing happens. And it is the place that is juicy and yummy and full of pleasure for all of us. It doesn't matter what gender you are. It really has nothing to do with that. It's energy. And then deep into the root chakra. And when we get to the root chakra and the crown chakra has kissed the root chakra, it's like the whole system lights up and there is this deep, beautiful explosion of light and love and energy and healing and amazingness that comes from the crown, deep down all the way through the root chakra, creating deep safety and connecting you to the earth. This beautiful sacred earth that we all get the privilege of living on and being part of. The earth is incredible. I don't even know what to say because I'm in awe of her. She is this force that is going through her own cycles, and she provides every last thing that we need as humans to live on this planet. As part of her. She gives us absolutely everything. Anything that we have made has started in and part of the earth. Okay. I hope that that description and that energy and that light coming down came down straight into you as I spoke it. And I hope you feel the power and the energy and the emotion that I have. I am deeply devoted to the chakra systems because they're simple. They're 7, and we humans can handle 7 unique things, and these are all connected. So back to crown. Let's see. I talked about the pineal gland. It is the gland of this chakra. It's everything I've already talked about. It has there's no element or thought associated with the crown chakra because it's the everything. And it is about truth and understanding. So it's this awakening energy, which aligns to this podcast intent. And I already told you that it was the eagle. And the incense is myrrh. And I have been working with myrrh for the last 6 or 7 months. And it is intoxicating, is the best way to describe it. And later this year, I will be introducing a product, an essential oil, a holy anointing oil. And it does have myrrh in it. And we'll be talking more about that as soon as it's ready to be out in the world in a big way. It feels like it's marinating. So it takes some time for it to all come together in this alchemical way. So I'm excited to share that with you. Stay tuned. And with every chakra, there are positive affirmations or affirmations, right? And so I'm going to read a few of them, and all of this information will be outlined below in the summary notes. So you don't have to write it down and you don't have to try and remember it because it's going to be given to you. So it's going to be super simple. All right, here's a few of the crown affirmations. I am part of the divine. I honor the divine within me. I seek to understand and to learn from my life experiences. I cherish my spirit. I trust my intuition. I love and accept myself. I am open to divine wisdom. And my life moves with grace. And so pick one, pick 2 if you want, and just sit with it. Just say it. Say it like a mantra over and over and over again until it gets so kind of distorted. Have you ever said a word over and over and over and over again and you're like, what is the word? Or you spell the word and then you spell it again and you write it and you write it and you write it, and all of a sudden it's just letters and it's just lead. It's just on paper and it doesn't actually mean anything anymore. There's something magical about that. And I encourage you to take one of the affirmations and do that. Say it over and over and over and over again. Write it down, write it, rewrite it, write it, and write it some more. I have big white boards all over my house. So I write myself messages, kind reminders, and I'm going to pick one of these affirmations and I'm going to write it on a whiteboard and I'm going to say it every single time I walk by. And as I was reading them to you, I kind of got emotionally touched, that nudge of ooh, there's a little deeper wisdom, truth for that. And I will share it. My life moves with grace. Yes, yes, and yes. Life has been challenging, yet so abundantly beautiful. I've had so much love and kindness and support, and I've had so much heartache these last few months. And I'm really starting to become even more aware that every moment matters, that life is precious. And don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait to say I love you to your friend. Don't wait to say I want to be your friend. Don't wait to have that conversation with your loved one, because if it's full of confusion and chaos and it's a hard conversation, take it one tiny step at a time. And if it's a conversation that where two people need to come together in solidarity, then honor each other's truth and figure out how to move forward together, because we're not meant to move together. We're not meant to move alone, forward alone. We are meant to move together as one. And so everybody likes to focus on their differences, and that creates chaos, disruption, and lack of grace, lack of harmony and balance. Because when you start to point out what isn't the same, you miss what is in alignment, what is in complementary understanding and experiences. And the crown chakra needs to be open for all of us to be able to see each other as spirit and human form. Period. We are all of that. All of us. There isn't one of us on this planet that isn't spirit energy in form. Whether it's human, animal, tree, we are all spirits, and we have all taken form, and we create the world that is right now. So sink into that. Allow that to be true for you, and see how your perspective can change. But it all starts with the crown chakra, that beautiful, pure white energy. And I always mix in this dazzling, sparkling gold with it, because it reminds me that there is something so beautiful, alchemical, magical, mysterious within that it blesses me and everyone I touch, everyone that comes into my sphere, my auric space. It blesses them. It blesses them. And wouldn't it be an amazing world if we all had our crown chakras open and we were willing to receive source and wisdom and light and just purity, the nothingness of everything? It's pretty amazing. It's pretty miraculous. And so, as I've said before, I love the chakras, and I don't have a favorite because all of them are incredible and amazing. And I hope that you've enjoyed learning a bit about the crown chakra. There's so much more. Please Google. I might actually share some URLs that you can go explore a little bit more about the crown. And I will say, any music player that you listen to, or even YouTube, any of those, if you put in crown chakra frequency or crown chakra healing music, you're going to be blown away. It's fabulous. And I love every last person that collaborated to create that music and then get that music out into the world. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because I haven't shared this, but in every session that I have with a client, I talk with them, of course, and connect. And then I sit and I ask, what's the word? What's the word? And then I get a word and I use Spotify. So I put it into Spotify and I get the word, and then I add frequency after it. And I have never been left high and dry. I'm sorry, there are no playlists. There's always a whole page of playlists that match that word and frequency. And every single time I intuitively pick one, it's been beautiful, beautifully supportive in the energy and the healing, the shifting and the growing and the expansion that happens in a session. So try it out. What else? So I just also want to do a quick reminder that we will finish the chakra series. It will happen in the next maybe 3 months. I want to get that done. I will create a separate playlist on YouTube so that you can listen to the overall, all 7 chakras, general, and then each chakra in its order, root, starting at the root and moving up into the crown. And so I thank you. If you have questions, you want to know more, if you'd like to book a session with me, please do. I do remote sessions. And if you are in the area and you want an in-person session, I would be delighted to meet you in person. So thank you so much. Have a great, wonderful moment, day, week, month, year, until we meet again. Take care.